Hey guys, in this video we're going to be starting our Target C. Our first mastery learning objective is I can calculate conditional probability by identifying events in a given situation. So the first thing is, well, what is conditional probability? Again, something is happening after something already took place, right? This is where we see those given statements. What we've been writing before, just so that we can rewrite this again, is you might see it as the probability of B given A, right? Conditional probability is an event happening after something already took place. So what does this look like? Probability of whenever A and B took place all over the probability of A, that second event, okay? That's not going to go away. Some of the key words here in a word problem, if you see the word given, that should tell you that it is conditional probability. What operation is to take place? Well, what operation do we see when we are expanding, our notation here? Well, we see division. So our operation for conditional probability is going to be division. So we need to divide. All right, so let's look at a first example here to see if we have a conditional probability and how we're going to set up and solve this. So for example 1, it says in a school, the probability that a student takes environmental science and geometry is 0.25. The probability that a student takes environmental science is 0.72. What is the probability that a student takes geography given that the student is taking environmental science? So geography and environmental science we have here. The question says, what is the probability that a student takes geography given, there's our key here, that the student is also taking environmental science? So the first thing is, well, what one is A and which one is B? Find the word given, and the one that's literally stated before is going to be your B, right? And then the one that's stated after, so environmental science, is going to be your A, right? And that's exactly how we have it up here, B given A. So now, how we write this out is going to be exactly what we wrote up there at the top. So the probability of B given A can be rewritten as the probability of, well, what was B? B was geography given environmental science. So I'm literally just going to say E science. All right. Well, then in notation here, I'm going to have probability of environmental science and geography. I'm going to say geo. All over, what do we put at the bottom? We put the probability of just A. So our A was environmental science. All right. So simplifying this, we have to look back into our scenario here and look for where we have environmental science and geography. Right? I'm looking for what is the probability of both of these happening. So when we reread this, it says that a student takes environmental science and our geography, right? The probability that a student takes environmental science and geography, right? We see this and is the probability of 0.25. So that's all I have to put here. I have to find the and statement, and then I have to look to find the probability of just environmental science. So environmental science, the probability that a student takes environmental science is 0.72. So that's what I'm going to put here down at the bottom, is 0.72. All right, go ahead and simplify those. You divide those decimals here, and then you're going to get 0.35. All right, so conditional probability isn't that difficult once you can identify what the B is and what the A is. All right, example number 2, the probability that Susie does her economics homework and her math homework is 0.42. So I do see that this is going to be the probability of both, right? This is the and statement. The probability of her doing her economics homework is 0.62. The probability of her doing her math homework is 0.72. What is the probability of her doing her math homework given, all right, that she does her economics homework? So again, here's my given statement. So that means this is going to be my B, and whatever came after it is going to be my A, which happens to be her economics homework. All right, so let's go ahead and write this out. So what is the probability of B given A? What was B? B was math. Given what was A? Her econ homework. So when we write our conditional probability, we have to have their and statement up at the top. So the probability of econ homework and math all over the probability of the second event, which is just econ. Alright, so what was nice is that I already highlighted our and statement here. That's the one I have in blue. So that's nice. I know that's going to be 0.42. Oops. 0.42. What I have to find now, though, is the probability of just econ. So econ here, I'm going to do a peek again. What's the probability of just econ? So the first probability of her doing econ homework is 0.7 or 0.62. Or the probability of doing math is 0.72. But I don't really care about the math one. I only need econ. So that's going to be 0.62. Go ahead and divide these out, and you simplify, and you get 0.68. Alright, so what's nice is that anytime you see that and already here at the top, that's already been multiplied. They already multiplied our 0.62 and our 0.72 together. They've already did that work for us. Alright, last example here. It says in a box are a cartoon of, I think it's supposed to say on a box. There are a cartoon of Dairy Milk and Boonsville chocolates. 2 chocolates are chosen at random. The probability of choosing a Dairy Milk and a Boonsville chocolate is 47%. So notice, that is not a decimal. But it is our and statement. And the probability of choosing a Dairy Milk is 71%, and the probability of choosing a Boonsville chocolate is 67%. What is the probability of selecting a Boonsville chocolate given that a Dairy Milk was already chosen? So we see that given, right? We see that happening here. So again, what came before it is B. What came after it is A. So the probability of B given A is going to be the probability of, we can say our Dairy Milk, so I'm just going to abbreviate here. So dairy and Boonsville. And at the bottom is going to be the probability of the second event, which is A, and that's just going to be dairy. Oops, that has dairy. D-A-I-R-Y. There we go. Not dairy. Okay, what is the probability of both? Right, this is our and statement here, and that's what I have written right here. Keep in mind that this is already in percent. So whether you change in percents or not, make sure that you're dealing with the same scenario. So this is not a decimal here. This is already in percentages. Next one is I have to look just for where dairy is, and our dairy is the probability of choosing a Dairy Milk is 0.75. So again, that's going to be down here, and that's going to be 71%. When we divide these, we get 0.66. And since our original problem was dealing in percentages, again, how do you change something into percent? You simply move the decimal over 2 times. So this is going to equal 66%. So that is the probability of picking those. All right, that brings us to the end of the first video for Target C. Good luck.